So this is mechanical engineering general ability. First question. He did not manage to fix the car himself. So he in the garage. I mean, there must be a underline here. Okay. So he dash in the garage. The dash is missing. Okay. Come on. It's very easy. I mean, I'm sure all of you, I hope you all are responding. They got it fixed in the garage. It's English of the very basic level. Okay. He did not manage to fix the car himself. So he got it fixed, not getting it fixed. Okay. And gets fixed or got fixed means the person who owns the car got a fix. I mean, you know, got fixed. His screws got a bit tightened. I mean, so that's a different meaning altogether. Okay. So got it fixed. Let's go to the next one. Planting is analogous to seed. Planting is to seed is analogous to. Raising is to dash. What would be it? Again, something very simple. Very simple. What do you plant? You plant a seed. What do you raise? Do you raise a lift? Do you raise a height? Do you raise a temperature? Or do you raise a child? Obviously, you raise a child. Okay. So naturally, this would be it. And you see it is given by word meaning. So take it as the meaning sense. In the meaning sense. Okay. I hope these two are over. Let's go on to the next one. So you see these are called pie charts. Data interpretation. A certain country has 504 universities and 25,951 colleges. They are categorized into grades 1, 2 and 3 as shown in the given pie charts. What is the percentage correct to one decimal figure, one decimal place of higher education institutions, which means colleges and universities that fall into grade 3? Take a minute and try to solve it. Okay. See. What is the percentage, correct one decimal place, of higher education institutions that fall into grade 3? So our matter of interest is this grade 3, which here is 7% and here is 23%. Okay. So what are we going to do? See, this is universities. 7% of universities are in grade 3. So what are the number of such universities? See, 504 universities are there. So it must be 504 into 7 by 100, which basically would be 7 4s are 28, 35, 35.28. Now, you might be thinking, what is this university in decimal? I will say, okay, let us not bother. We will be rectifying the decimals later. Okay. So keep at the decimals here, or else further errors will crop up. The accuracy will decrease. Next, let us find out colleges. 23% of the colleges belong to grade 3. So let us find the number. So colleges, now this is a big number, 25,951. So 25951 into this is 23%. So this is 23 by 100. Now this would be how much? This would be, okay, you will all have a calculator, so you can jolly well press your calculator. But then at 260 into 23 will also do the job. It would be somewhere around 5970. That's what it comes in. But then let us use the calculator and quickly do it. So I said 5970. Let us see whether it is right or not. 6951 into 0.23. I am using a calculator and I noticed it was off. Okay. So into 0.23. So the see, it is 5968.73. So you see, it doesn't matter much. 5968.73, and I had told 70. So I was wrong by 1.3. Okay, but it would suffice because the options are quite far away. You see. Well, but let us forget that. You have a calculator, use it. So this is it. So naturally, what is the total? Will be the summation of these two. The summation of these two would be how much? 23, and this would be 100. So almost 0. And so neglected 168. So this 6004. You see, 0.01. So that can be neglected. One place of decimal, they say, right? So 6004 is the total. So the total is that, and what's the percentage that they have asked? So now you will say 504 plus 25951 also needs to be added up. So the addition of this would be how much? The addition of this would be 55426. Okay. So our basic stuff is 6004 divided by 26455 into 100. This will give us the percentage. Now put it in your calculator and find out what this will come up to. I am doing likewise, and let me find out the result. 26455 percentage value is 22.69. One place would be 22.7, and it's as accurate as it can be. Right? I hope everybody understood this. This was a calculation intensive data interpretation that we gave. Right? Let us move on. I hope everybody has understood. The minute hand, this is a logical reasoning type of a question. This is actually very simple. If you observe your clock, if you have ever observed your table clock or wall clock, staring at them and observing them, if you have actually observed them, you will be able to answer it within a second. The minute hand and second hand of a clock cross each other. There should be a dash between this, clock each other dash times between 9:15 a.m. and 9:45 a.m. on a particular day. Mind it, the minute hand and the second hand of a clock. Okay, so how many times will it cross? Think. Well, it is absolutely common logic that the second hand, if at all present in a watch, circumnavigates the whole watch in 1 minute. That's the job of it. 60 seconds is 1 minute. So it goes on, rotates the whole watch and comes back to its original position in 1 minute. So you see, the minute hand and the second hand of a clock have to cross each other once every minute. It's bound to. Right, wherever be the minute hand placed. Okay, they will have to cross each other once every minute. So basically your job is to find the difference between 9:15 to 9:45, which is 30 minutes. So once every minute, 30 minutes. So 30 times. Didn't think you would be taking this long. Right? It's as simple as that. The second hand and the minute hand. Second hand, in 1 minute it will move one round, and in that one round, wherever the minute hand is, it will cross it once. Okay, so this was very, very simple. Let's move on to the next one. These are those fanciful things. You can read them. The rules for filling every row and every column must contain each of the 4 symbols. See that: circle, star, triangle, and square. and every 2 into 2 square delineated by bold lines. See, this is the main one, but then it is delineated by bold lines, you see. So every square must contain each of the 4 symbols. Okay, so they have asked you which symbol will occupy the box marked with, what happened? Question mark in the partially filled figure. So which symbol will occupy the box marked with this question mark in the partially filled figure? Find out. Well, out of the 1001 ways this can be solved, let me tell you which apparently at this moment appears to be the simplest of them all. See, first and foremost, in this first row, or rather first column, see what is missing? It is only the square that is missing. So I promptly put in the square. In the second column, what is missing? It is only the circle that is missing. So this must be the circle, because they have said every row and every column must contain each of the 4 symbols. So that is done. Okay, fine. Now let us look at this one. Column number 4, or rather row number 4. My apologies. Row number 4. What is missing? See, only the square is missing. So I promptly put on the square. Now, let us look at this. What can be this? Well, the square is present, the circle is present. So this can either be the star or be the triangle, right? But then it cannot be the star, because the star is already present here. If I put the star here in the same row, there will be 2 stars, which is not possible. So I can say with sanguinity that this must be the triangle. Now if this is the square, this is the triangle, this is the circle, what will be this? This has got to be the star. So there must be an options list somewhere, but no, there isn't. But wherever it will be, you will take the star. Okay, which symbol will occupy? It is the star that will occupy. Is that clear, everybody? I hope so. Right? There would be options below this. Most probably the space wasn't enough to accommodate that. So star will be the option. I hope that is clear. Let's move on to the next one. In a recently held parent-teacher meeting, the teachers had very few complaints about Ravi. After all, Ravi was a hardworking and kind student. Incidentally, almost all of Ravi's friends at school were hardworking and kind too. But the teachers drew attention to Ravi's complete lack of interest in sports. The teachers believed that along with some of his friends who showed similar disinterest in sports, Ravi needed to engage in some sports for his overall development. Based only on the information provided above, which one of the following statements can be logically inferred with certainty? The options are there. Take a few seconds and confirm that. Okay, let's look at them. See, Ravi was a hardworking and kind student. Incidentally, almost all of Ravi's friends at school were hardworking and kind too. The teachers drew attention to Ravi's complete lack of interest in sports. The teachers believed that along with some of his friends who showed similar disinterest in sports, Ravi needed to engage in some sports for his overall development. Now, let's look at the options. Let us look it from the bottoms up. Some of Ravi's friends are hardworking and kind. I'll say no. Why some? Some can only mean 1% also. But it is said almost all. So this some is quite far away from the truth. They have asked you with certainty. This is a bit far away. So I will say no, this is not okay. None of Ravi's friends are interested in sports. This is hopelessly wrong. Because it is said that some of Ravi's friends at school were showed similar disinterest in sports. Some of his friends showed similar disinterest in sports. So this is also wrong. No one who is not a friend of Ravi is hardworking and kind. Now, how can that be possible? I am not Ravi's friends. It means I am definitely lazy and definitely very, very rude and sort of a person. No, how can that be possible? So this is also absolutely wrong, it appears. The last, all of Ravi's friends are hardworking and kind. I'll say no, almost all has been said. All is 100%. Almost all means somewhere around, the 99%, 98% approximately. Don't quote me on these. It's approximately in trying to explain. But then compared to all the other three, which looks the absolute nearest? This one, right? So I will say number A is my preferred conclusion, which can be based with certainty, which can be logically based and can be certainly said. Okay. Let's go to the next one. This is an inequality problem. Very simple. Consider the following inequalities. You can read it, I presume. P square minus 4q is less than 4 and 3p plus 2q is less than 6. Where p and q are positive integers. They have told you that. So they have asked you what is the value of p plus q. Find this out. Take a minute. Okay. Now, most of us, what do we go forward to do in problems like this? We go forward to solve them. Very natural choice. But then as I keep on saying that the skill of shortcutting is a very good skill to have. And for that, what is necessary is observation. See how I will not even go forward to solving it. They have said P and Q are positive integers. And they have also said 3p plus 2q is less than 6. I will say only p is equal to 1 and q is equal to 1 can fulfill that. Nothing else can. Check it out. Try any combination. Right? I will, if I do not trust myself, normally if I were the student, but this is enough for me. I wouldn't even look at the first one. But if you do not trust in your capabilities, you might even apply this here and check out whether 1 square minus 4 into 1 is less than 4 or not. Indeed, it is less than 4 because it is minus 3, which is less than 4. Right? So it fulfills. So I will say the value of p plus q is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. This sum would be finished in exactly 3 seconds flat. 1, 2, 3. Finished. Okay. These skills are very handy. Do not neglect them, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it is understood. And look at in front of you the new long solutions that you are doing. Okay. Let's move on. Which of the following sentence sequences in the above options creates a coherent narrative? You can read them. I could not bring that and read them and try to find out which one. Okay. Now, you see, this is not absolutely very clear like the previous one we did in computer science one, but quite familiarly, this one is the first sentence. There was a murmur of unfamiliar voices coming from the big drawing room, and the door was firmly shut. I could not bring myself to knock. This means I could not knock at the door. Okay? I could not bring myself to knock. Then would be this. I decided I would rather wander along the passage. The passage was dark for a bit, but then it suddenly opened into a bright kitchen. This looks the most coherent, right? So what is that? 2143. 214. I thought 2143 is there actually. So this one is it. 2143. Right. So that is it. Let's go to the next. This is the best sum of this whole mechanical engineering GA portion. How many pairs of sets S, T are possible among the subsets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? These are the elements of that set that satisfy the condition that S is a subset of T. I hope you remember your set theories. Because if you don't remember your set theories, this is almost an impossibility to solve. If you remember it, it is absolutely okay, and I'm sure you remember. But then take a moment to try it. I hope you remember what subsets are. See, this is more or less a very theoretical question. It's very theory specific question. See, the subsets of this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, right? And the pairs of sets that you'll have to form, alpha and beta, say for example, then alpha must be a subset of beta, right? I mean, I could have written with S and T also, but somehow I did not. Okay, so this is the criteria. This can only be possible the number of pairs. The number of pairs of subsets of this one. They haven't given any name to it, but so hence we have to write it like this. That satisfy the conditions. I'm not writing the conditions. That will be given by, see, there are 6 elements. Out of the elements, select 0 elements. You can select 0 elements in these ways. Okay. And with it, you multiply 2 to the power 0. Okay. You select one element out of this, 6C1. The number of ways you can select is 6C1. And this would be into 2 to the power 1. The element you selected, okay, is on the power. Plus 6C2 into 2 to the power 2. Plus 6C3 into 2 to the power 3. Plus 6C4 into 2 to the power 4. Plus 6C5 into 2 to the power 5 plus 6C6 into 2 to the power 6. This is the result. Let us find the value of this. 6 is 0. I know everybody knows it's 1. 1 into 1 will be 1. 6C1 is 6. 6 into 2 is how much? 12. 6C2 will be, I hope you know how to find them out fast. 6 into 5 by factorial 2. So 15. You should be knowing by now 62 is 15. So 15 into 4 is 60. So This is plus 60. Okay. Next 6C3. I hope you understand that this is 6 into 5 into 4 divided by factorial 3. So that is 20. You should be knowing 6C3 is 20. 20 into 8 is 160. 6C4 is nothing but 62, which is nothing but how much? 15. So 15 into 32. So what is 15 into 32? 15 twos are 30, 15 threes are 45 plus 3, 480. Oh no, not 32. Sorry. This is 16. My apologies. This 15 into 16. I by mistake, I saw this one. 15 into 16. My apologies. 15 sixes are 90. So 240. Right. Then will come 65, which is nothing but 61, which is 6. 6 into 32. 6 into 32. So that would be 192. And the last 66 is 1 and 2 to the power 6 is 64. So this is 64. Let us find the total of these. 13 plus this is 73. 73 plus this is 233. 233 plus this is 473. 473 plus 200 is 673 minus 8. 673 minus 8 would be how much? 673 minus 8 would be 665. 665 plus 60 would be 725. 725 plus 4 is 725. This is our answer. And if let us see where we have an option. The first one is that option. Understood? Now this is an absolute theoretical stuff. So do know a bit of your functions. This is a bit of common mathematics sometimes spills into this. This is more of a common mathematics topic than aptitude, but there is never a clear borderline. So this is how it is done. I hope this is understood. Let's move on to the next. I understand this was difficult. This is actually a difficult question. Okay, let's move on. Now this is as much as the previous one might be difficult for you all. This one is equally. So an opaque pyramid shown below with a square base and an isosceles faces is suspended in the path of a parallel beam of light such that its shadow is cast on a screen oriented perpendicular to the direction of the light beam. The screen would always be perpendicular to the direction of the light beam. Okay. So they have asked the pyramid can be reoriented in any direction whatsoever. Okay. Under these conditions, which one of the shadows is not possible? So think it out, which one of the shadows is not possible. Pretty simple. I mean, it's clearly apparent. See, if the light beam falls from the top, then this can be possible. Okay, light beam is falling from the top, so the screen is like this. This can be possible. If the light beam falls, say suppose somewhere like this, this is highly possible, right? Or rather not so, this is highly possible. Not this one. My apologies. Not this one. This one is highly possible if the light falls from this. Okay. Now, This one would be if the light, say, falls from the bottom with a certain angle, because this also has made a little tapering angle. So this can be possible. But then how come can this be possible? Wherein this shadow comes on like this? That is never possible, because these bases are actually joined to the ends. So the shadow that will be cast will also be cast from the ends only. I hope you understand. So this was a simple choice, that number Q is the option. Okay. I hope you got it. Let's move on. So that has also ended. So our assignment for the day has ended. Okay.